Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Car Lot Confessions. I am your host, Frank Fanzoni, and it is Tuesday, April 28th. Welcome to the show, guys. Hello, Lynn. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. It's another great Tuesday. The weather is starting to warm up finally here in Michigan. We had almost 70 degrees today, so something to be proud and happy of. We're still living through this pandemic, of course, but we're live. Sorry I'm a little late tonight, guys, but had to do some, security stuff prior to, but happy to be here now, and hopefully you guys are too. Looking forward to the show. We got a lot of great content tonight. It's going to be a great show, so thanks so much for being here. And before we get started, let's go ahead and make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button, and hit that share button. Make sure you guys are sharing, letting everybody know that we're here at Car Lot Confessions tonight. Have them come join. Bobby's on. Welcome to the show, Bobby. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you. Hopefully turkey hunting's going well. We are here live. Looking forward to the show tonight, guys. It's going to be good. Tell your friends we're here. Share the show. Let everybody know that we're on. Get some of your friends to join. Be great. We're still trying to grow. We're up to 155 followers. We'd love to see us get higher than that and get some more people here on Car Lot Confessions. And that's all up to you guys. Tell your friends we're here. Let them know and have them come join the show. Hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. Everybody enjoyed their weekend. I know I did. It was a good one. So yeah, excited to be here. A lot of great content, guys. A lot of good stuff to go over tonight. Make sure you guys are here enjoying the show. Make sure you know crickets. We'll get into that as well. I just put the poll question up. We'll get into that too, of course. Really excited to be here tonight. Waiting for a couple more people to jump on before we get started. I don't know what everybody's doing. They should be watching Car Lot Confessions. I mean, everybody's home right now. So, absolutely. So happy to have you guys here. Thank you so much. I'm very, very excited for you guys to be here. Very excited. Thank you so much, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it a little bit. I'm sure there'll be a few people that will be joining us as we go on. Car Lot Confessions is live again, though. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the merch. And remember, we still have our contest going. Every time you guys share a video, we will be putting you in the contest. Well, I think we're going to do the contest next week. We're going to do the drawing for the contest. So every time you share a video from our Car Lot Confessions page to yours, we will enter you as in one entry into our contest. And I'll go ahead and draw names out, guys. We'll do it live on the show. And you guys will win whatever it is the poll question determined tonight. So let's see. Bobby says, hey, good evening. Turkey hunting has been a challenge this year. I'm having difficulty shooting this year. You know what? Just keep at it. Persistence is key. Turkey season is a little bit of you get some time for turkey season, which is good. And I have no doubt in my mind that you will put a bird in the bag. So keep at it, Bobby. So let's get right into it, guys. I just posted the poll question for the week. And I want to know what you guys are doing with your stimulus money. If you guys are spending your stimulus money responsibly or not. Because I know I don't want to. I want to blow it on Jeep parts. I want to blow it on fun stuff. But I know we can't necessarily do that either. It's a little early in this pandemic and a little early, jobs might be lost still. Who knows what's going on. Hopefully you guys are all surviving well. And I want to know, are you guys going to blow it like I want to? Or are you guys going to spend it responsibly like we kind of maybe should or have to, some of us? I don't know. Make sure you guys go vote on the poll, though, that I just put up. Look forward to seeing your guys' response. Of course, we'll cover those next week, the results from this week's poll. So let's talk about last week's poll. Last week's poll, 1-year anniversary show last week. It was a great episode, great show. Really enjoyed rehashing kind of how CLC came about and how this community's come together and all of that kind of stuff and being the change. And I really enjoyed that. So it was a great episode. So one of the questions I asked, the poll question was, I wanted to know, because we have merch now, we got decals, we got T-shirts. What would you guys like to have on our next drawing, either a T-shirt or a decal? And only 7 people voted. Only 7. We usually get up to about 20 or so. We only had 7 vote this time. But 71% of you said a T-shirt. So that's exactly what we'll be giving away next week on the show for everybody who has shared a video since the last drawing. We'll have an entry into that contest, and we will be giving away a T-shirt for Car Lot Confessions, the next contest. So make sure you guys tune in next week as well, because that's when we'll be giving that T-shirt away. So let me make sure I have all of my stuff here. I don't have my sound effects on at the moment. Sorry, guys. Anyways, there we go. applause for you guys. We are here and live. Make sure there's no crickets in the chat, guys. Of course, I got to deal with advertisements. So yeah, poll question. So I want to know what you guys are doing. Make sure you guys answer poll question. Let's see. Bobby says, thanks. Usually I have no issues. It will happen. I'm not giving up. Don't give up, sir. Because I guarantee you that bird will come your way, and it's probably going to be the biggest bird you ever shot. So no crickets in the chat. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Lynn, for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm sure there'll be some more that'll be jumping on here real soon. So let me know what you guys think, though. So that's that deal. Let me go in and let's get it's real quick. I want to throw out the question of the night to you guys because we're going to get into grinds my gears here real quick, but kind of goes along with what I want to hear from you guys about. Question of the night: what is something that you guys have seen during this pandemic that grinds your gears? And that's something I want to put out there. Would love to hear your stories because I'm about to tell you one of mine here on Grinds My Gears. Here it is. Stormy, welcome to the show. David, welcome to the show. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Love that you're here. We're getting into here just in a second. Grinds My Gears. Thanks so much for hopping on. Question of the night we just dropped. I want to know if you guys have seen anything or what has grinded your gears during this pandemic, because I'm about to drop one that's been grinding mine. Kara Ray, welcome to the show, my wife. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, I just posted the poll for you guys that just showed up. Make sure you guys go vote. I want to know if you're spending your stimulus checks responsibly. And we had the poll question from last week, just giving you a quick recap since we got a couple new people on. 71% of you said you wanted a new T-shirt. The other one said 29% said a window decal. So we'll be giving a T-shirt away for the next drawing and contest here for Carlock Confessions, which will be drawn live next week. Next week, we'll drive live for that new T-shirt that somebody's going to get. One of you lucky people who share a video, any video, you'll get an entry into the T-shirt drawing, and we will get you a T-shirt if your name is picked. All right, let's get into Grinds My Gears, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get right into it, guys. My wife and I, we were out shopping groceries last Friday, and I stopped in an aisle. I was looking around, I looked straight ahead, and what I saw was shocking to me, and this grinded my gears. People that are bringing their kids out into public these days without masks during the pandemic. Guys, this is something that's absolutely 100% grinding my gears, and I know it's grinding quite a few people else's out there right now. Kids right now are kind of at a point, are helpless. They're kind of, they don't have a say on how to protect themselves. That's up to their parents. So I was shopping, and when I saw, what I saw was a woman who had a younger daughter, she's probably around the age of 6, with her. Neither one of them had masks on, and they were just walking around browsing the clothing section, not looking like they were going to buy anything. This is not a time to browse. This is not a time to bring your children out grocery shopping unless you have to. Now, I understand there is scenarios which there's nobody to watch the children, or you have no place to take them, or there's no daycare. I get that. But if you have an opportunity in which your child can either stay home or be watched by a loved one and does not have to be out in public like a public grocery store, you should probably try to keep your kid at home right now, especially during this pandemic. I can't understand. I mean, it's our jobs as parents, grandparents, foster parents, uncles, aunts, grandmothers, grandfathers, whoever is in control and in charge of those kids right now. It is your responsibility to keep them safe. And bringing them out, I don't think is safe right now. Bobby says he couldn't agree more. That's crazy to me. It's grinding my gears, let me tell you. I can't believe the amount of kids that I've seen out right now. You have to protect the kids right now. The kids don't know any better. In fact, kids, especially at that age and younger, have a tendency of putting things in their mouths, their hands, their knuckles, their fingers, in their nose, in their eyes, in their ears, in their mouths. They're going to get it more than we will because we know not to touch our face, right? Kids don't know that. They got a scratch, an itch, a booger, whatever the case may be. They're going to touch that, right, after touching all this stuff at the store. I have a 9-year-old. I had 6-year-olds not too long ago. They want to touch everything, especially when you're at the store. I can't tell you how many times I said, don't touch that. I mean, I know you guys with kids will know that, but my mind is blown. We are already 6 weeks into this, maybe more, and people are still bringing their kids. keep your kids at home. My kids haven't left the house much at all in the last 6 weeks. And if they have, they've been in the car and haven't left the car. So there has to be alternatives that we need to think about. As parents, it is our responsibility to keep our kids safe. That's your job. You need to do your job. Now, again, it's understandable if you don't have any other options and you have to have your kids out. I'm going to put it out there. Any of you in CLC world, or if you know of anybody who needs masks for kids, masks for themselves, reach out to me. I'll find a way to get you masks. Do not go out in public right now without a mask, especially if you're high risk. And please, if you have to take your kids out, please give them a mask. Get them a mask. Get them gloves. Get it in a way, get them to understand that they cannot be putting their hands in their mouths and their eyes and their noses. This is serious. COVID-19 has been affecting everybody. Doesn't matter what age you are, it's affecting them. And I understand if you have to have your kids with you, but please do the due diligence of getting masks, making masks, finding a mask, buying a mask. I'll give you a mask if you have to go out in public with your kids. It's heartbreaking. More and more these days, I'm already hearing of people I know that have family and friends and people they know of dying of COVID-19. The last thing I want to see is a child who could have been prevented contract COVID-19 and have complications, issues, and potentially even pass. And that hurts my heart. Come on, parents. Think of your kids first. Think of their lives. This isn't a joke. This is serious. The governor, the president, our governing bodies, everybody we know is telling us right now to wear a mask. We're all tired of it. We all don't want to have to continue to do it, but we also need to continue to stay safe. So I'm telling you, and I am putting it out there, if anybody needs a mask, reach out to me. DM me here on Facebook, on YouTube, on anything else, and get a hold of me. I will make sure you guys have masks. Bobby says, yep, we went out today. Most people had masks on, but a lot of people don't. And that grinds my gears. And it grinds my gears too. Masks are simple. There are so many ways to get masks these days and how to make your own. I mean, they have tutorials on how to use bandanas or cut a sock or a bra or whatever, t-shirts and this, that, and the other, how to make your own simple masks. Anything to cover the face and nose area. Keep things close to your face so that way you're not breathing in all of these germs, and something to help filter. Skip, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for being here. So glad you can be on, brother. We're talking about grinds my gears right now. I'm grinding my gears seeing parents bringing their kids out in public right now during the pandemic is grinding my gears. I can't believe this. While we were at the store, I saw this, and I have to admit, I had a hard time not saying something. I wanted to say something. I kept my mouth shut and bit my tongue. I've been there. I've been a single dad at time where I had to take my kids in places that I thought I didn't have to, men's restroom with my daughter, that kind of stuff, because I had to use the restroom. I've been there. I've had the scenario where you have to have your kids with you. But your job as a parent is to always keep your kids safe. It's important that you find a mask for yourself and for your kid. Your children need you. You need your children. How devastating would it be if your child contracted COVID-19 while you were out gallivanting or browsing, whatever the case may be, at your local Walmart or Meijer or Kroger or wherever the case may be, getting groceries, which are necessities, they're essentials, I get that. But you shouldn't be browsing the clothing section, and especially shouldn't be there without masks. We need to be more responsible. We've covered this so many times on Grinds My Gears about being responsible parents, about being responsible during this COVID-19 outbreak, during the pandemic, keeping yourself safe, keeping others safe, making sure you're aware that you can infect others. You could be carrying it and not even know it. And then you bring your kids out. Kids are my heart. I feel for them. I love them. I don't want anything bad to happen to kids because of our own ignorance as parents. So I charge all of you, anybody out there, if you need a mask, you reach out to me. I'll make sure you get one. I'll make you one. I'll find you one. I'll buy you one. Whatever the case may be, everybody here should have a mask, especially your kids, if you have to bring them out. If you don't, then don't bring your kids out. Leave your kids at home. Find a babysitter. Find somebody who is safe and healthy and you trust that could be out there taking care of your kid while you go to the grocery store. Do a drive-by pickup, Walmart, Kroger, all these places have it so you can order your groceries online, go pick them up. You never have to leave the car. This way you don't have to bring your kid into the store. If you need me to go get you groceries because you can't leave your house because of kids, I will do that. But please find alternatives than bringing your children into public places right now. And if you have to, please put a mask on them and put a mask on yourself. Guys, that grinds my gears. I want to know if anything that you've seen during this pandemic that grinds your gears. Now, Bobby agreed with me and said that it grinds his gears seeing people that don't have masks on while they're out. I mean, it's out there. We know that masks are important, that you should be wearing them no matter what you're doing or where you're going. If you leave your house, take your mask. That's what you should be doing. So let me know what else, if you guys have had anything or seen anything that grinds your gears, because that was the question of the night. What is something that you've seen that grinds your gears during this pandemic? That's what I want to know. So if you guys want to chime in, please do so for me. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear what your guys' stories are, so no crickets in the chat, couple people on. Let's hear your guys' stories of what's been grinding your gears during this pandemic. We'll go ahead and talk about it real quick.
That was easy.
Right? All right, guys, come on, let's go. All right, with that, though, so that's grinds my gears. I want to know, guys, I know other people out there. You guys have to be seeing the essentials. I know there's people out there working right now that are out seeing people from time to time. A lot of essential workers. My wife's out there right now. She's in healthcare, so she's been seeing a lot of it, you know, dealing with things. There's, you know, COVID-19 is everywhere right now, and people are doing stupid things thinking that it's not happening. I mean, I'm hearing more and more about people that are passing away from COVID-19 that are closer to me, that are on my Facebook page, that you see that are people are affected by it. And it's, you know, it's serious, and it's starting to even hit home as the longer that we're sitting here and the longer that we're doing this. And to be honest with you, I mean, it's not going away anytime soon. Let's just put it that way. So we have to continue to stay safe, guys. That's really the key here, is just to continue to stay safe. Be mindful of the people that you care about, and do everything you can to take precautions to protect yourselves. Please, please, please.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that, since nobody here has put in their story in regards to what grinds their gears other than Bobby, which I really appreciate. Apology, Bobby. Well, let's go ahead and get it into the news then. We'll do in the news. And lightning gong for you. We'll get into the news here. I got a couple of stories, you know, and as I was putting this week's show together, you know, I really looked for, I wanted to get back to the roots a little bit. Our first show post-year, so 1 year and one show in, I wanted to get back to our roots a little bit about Carlock Confessions. And so what I did is I found some positive stories. So let me go ahead and we're going to share those with you tonight, because I think we could use a little positive uplift right now in regards to everything going on. So let's do this one. Florida State University students create a map of kindness to spread positivity during the pandemic. I don't know if you guys saw this one. Great story. Two students at a Florida State University are sharing positivity with a world negatively impacted by COVID-19 right now. The new site is dedicated to tracking stories of kindness from around the globe. So I think that's fantastic. Like, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see. Skip chimed in. I didn't realize that so many of my Facebook friends are constitutionally scholars and medical experts. Well, that's definitely something that would grind my gears. And yes, everybody seems to know everything. Bobby, I sure hope it does. I'm over it. I don't want it to go into summer. You and me both. We all want to see the end of this. And I think if people follow the rules a little bit, we would see that happen. So that's really, I mean, that's, again, I think that grinds my gears. Skip, that's a great point. Everybody thinks they're experts, yet nobody's following the rules. Grinds my gears. All right, let's get back to the story here real quick. So basically, so they're tracking kindness stories from around the globe. So one of the people said, so we can kind of had this idea of how we can create this centralized location where we can start seeing more good news by one of the students. COVID-19. So basically, what they did is they used the same kind of concept of the COVID-19 tracker. From our computer screen, we hope to help inspire that kindness, to help encourage people that take action and show that they can be kind and do kind things just from their homes, which is fantastic. And that's what Carlock Confessions is all about. It's about being kind and positive and bringing that to the world. So I think this is a fantastic story. The kindness tracking map mirrors the Johns Hopkins University coronavirus tracking map. The Johns Hopkins map that has just the data points to show what's going on with the virus, explains someone. Just being able to see a map like that and see the mirroring and say, okay, there's a lot of bad that's spreading, but there's also a lot of good as a result. So this is them trying to spread positive, good stuff. And I think this is fantastic by these Florida State University college students. Two of them. The pair share that they are happy with the response to the website and saying, I quote, "It's honestly just been really nice to see the people appreciate it and using it to actually see positive impact," end quote. Also, quote, "People tend to be kind to their own group, right? We do good acts for our own groups. But however, in times of crisis, our group widens. And this is a global pandemic. So really, our group is global," end quote. So I think this is really great. And I think they have a great concept here. And I think this is absolutely 100% about being the change during things like this. The creators hope the map will encourage people to be kind even after the pandemic is over, of course, which is what we all hope. And honestly, I think this is a fantastic idea. Like, we need to be spreading this, which is why I put it on here as the first story, because it's exactly what Carlock Confessions is all about. So after going live on April 13th, the map already has submissions from the United States, Africa, Australia, Europe, and Canada. So kindness all over the world. And to see the map and submit your own story of kindness, which I might submit something actually about Carlock Confessions, you can visit http://kindness-amid-coronavirus.com. And I will personally post that link on the Carlock Confessions website later as well after the show to promote them as well, because this is a fantastic idea. These Florida State University college students wanting to spread kindness, using ideas that are out there right now with COVID-19, I think is absolutely fantastic. So let me know what you guys think about it. And I give them a big applause. I think it's fantastic. They are absolutely money on what it is they're doing, because that's exactly what we should be doing. We should be promoting kindness and positivity right now with everything that's negative going on. So I will post that link on the Carlock Confessions website as well, because I want to make sure that we're spreading what they're doing right now, because that's what we're all about. So, all right, so that's story number one, guys, and I thought that was a good one. Got another good positive story here that I thought was interesting. You guys, feel free to weigh in on these. Let me know what you guys think. All right, story number two. A 15-year-old Pennsylvania high school student is doing all she can to help seniors during the coronavirus pandemic. So here's another feel-good story, guys. We all know some teenagers right now, I'm sure. A 15-year-old Pennsylvania high school student named Hita Gupta, a sophomore at Conestoga High School in Berwyn, a Philadelphia suburb, started a movement brightening days at nursing homes, one coloring book and a puzzle at a time, using her own money. So here's a girl, 15 years old, spending her own money on coloring books and puzzles to brighten somebody else's day. I quote, "Nursing homes throughout the United States are limiting seniors' interactions within the building, and with visitors are also prohibited, which is causing feelings of loneliness and isolation for many residents." Hita told Fox News, to cheer seniors up and let them know that the community cares about them during this difficult time, I'm sending uplifting handwritten notes and packs containing a puzzle, books, coloring books, and colored pencils. I mean, what a great idea to be sending these things. I mean, if anybody knows anybody in a nursing home right now, that's kind of scary times with this COVID-19. Nobody can go visit because they don't want the spread. They're high-risk patients type deal. And here's a girl who's 15 who's sending things out of her own, spending her own money to send little packages to make the senior citizens happy. And I think this is absolutely an amazing idea, and love that this 15-year-old thought of this. She packs one puzzle book and one coloring book and a pack of colored pencils or crayons. And her 9-year-old brother also gets involved. His name is Divot. Writes an uplifting note to include in all the packages. It's a fantastic idea. Hita said that she got the idea from the project because she was volunteering at a nursing home since her freshman year in high school. I'm assuming she's a sophomore now. She has reached a total of 16 nursing homes so far with her packages. Her nonprofit called Brighten a Day has been raising money to send love, hope, and joy through cards and gifts to more than 50 places in her home state, in Pennsylvania, as well as West Virginia, Delaware, Ohio, New York, New Jersey, and Maryland. I mean, that's fantastic. She's 15 years old. It has reached over 2,300 kids and seniors in children's hospitals and retirement homes. That is a lot. 2,300 kids and seniors have been reached by this Brighten a Day nonprofit that this 15-year-old is part of. Unbelievable to me. I mean, these are absolutely great feel-good stories, you know. Seniors at the nursing homes are reacting to getting the gifts from Pennsylvania teen Hita Gupta, and now people can send or request cards on her organization's website, and she's trying to raise money through a GoFundMe page called Help Elderly at Nursing Homes Fight Coronavirus. As of Friday, it raised more than $1,700, and her goal is $5,000, which I don't think is an unachievable goal. It's actually a really great idea for a great cause. One of the biggest challenges has been things being out of stock, which makes sense. I initially started out by thinking I was going to be sending hand sanitizer, which she told Fox 29 in Pennsylvania. That's been very hard to acquire. That's why she switched to keeping them occupied to help bring joy to their lives. I think it's a fantastic story. I'm going to post this one on Carlock Confessions too. I mean, I think the GoFundMe is a great idea. I think it's for a great cause. And if anybody here is touched by that story, I'll make sure to put that up on Carlock Confessions as well. I mean, senior citizens right now are no different than the rest of us, and they are in nursing homes right now, and people can't go visit them, and they're at high risk, and that's a big deal. So the fact that, and I know teenagers, I was a teenager at 15 years old, I was not thinking about the elderly and trying to think of how I can help, especially during a pandemic. Nor would I probably would have, not even to be, you know, not even to sugarcoat it. I was too busy thinking about trying to buy a car and when my 16th birthday was and all of that kind of stuff. Here's a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old who are writing notes and filling packets to send to senior citizens and kids and people who need help during the coronavirus to help brighten their day. What an absolutely amazing story. Again, another feel-good story, exactly what we're about here at Carlock Confessions. I'm going to post both those things on the Facebook page for you guys to kind of view and add to and do what you want with. But I think it's amazing. I might even donate if I have some time and some money to be able to do so. I mean, this is just an absolutely great idea. $5,000 is not a crazy goal. I'd love to see more businesses get involved in things like this as well. So hopefully they'll do that. Let me know what you guys think. Again, the chat's open, guys. If you guys can send me some thumbs up, let me know you're still there listening and if you're liking these stories or not. I just want to make sure people are still there and still enjoying the show. See. All right, I got a call. I commented myself just to make sure you guys are there. Make sure you just want to make sure the chat's still working, guys. So let me know.
Yes.
All right, there's some thumbs up. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into story number 3, another feel-good story of the night here. New Jersey landlord is praised for waiving 3 months of rent. Now, this is something I actually just had a conversation with my father about this evening in regards to mortgage companies and rent and all of this that's going on right now. This is kind of a big deal, and they're not really doing much about it. But I want to praise this one New Jersey landlord right now in regards to waiving that 3 months of rent. To me, that's important. It really exemplifies the spirit that we need to see right now. So let's go ahead and get into the story. A New Jersey landlord is getting some serious praise from both his tenants and his state after he chose to waive rent for 3 months during the coronavirus outbreak. David Plasek decided to waive rent from April, May, and June as the global pandemic continues to wreak havoc on the health and the economic security of many Americans. The landlord, who owns 12 rental units in Montclair, will be foregoing more than $50,000 in rent for 3 months. That was reported by ABC 7 in where he's at in New Jersey. By and large, we've gotten a good reception from our tenants. They're happy that we were able to do this early on and really able to show them that some compassion and feelings for what they might be going through, said Plasek to the outlet. So again, and he made comment, they interviewed him. David Plasek is a landlord with a dozen tenants. He stepped forward to give every one of them a rent holiday through June. He exemplifies the spirit we need to see right now of people stepping up to make sure others can come out of this emergency stronger. At New Jersey thanks you. And this was from the city of New Jersey. So the governor himself, Murphy, praised the man as exemplifying the spirit that we need right now. And he did that through Twitter, I believe, and through the story. So here's a landlord in New Jersey who's going to be foregoing $50,000 in rent because he knows that people are struggling right now because of the pandemic, because they're not working. And I think that's amazing. And we can't see big banks right now. We can't see mortgage companies doing this right now. I'm still paying my mortgage. I know everybody else is too. We have to. And unfortunately, there's people out there. There's a lot of people out there. I'm still working right now. I'm fortunate to be working. There's a lot of people that aren't working right now and that aren't bringing home money, and they are struggling and having a hard time being able to get groceries. And the stimulus package is supposed to help. That doesn't pay for everything, and it can't. I mean, this has gone on so long already, and it's going to be going on quite a bit longer. Bobby weighs in. A lady I work with set up a GoFundMe account to help feed the nurses around Flint. We got a lot of donations from area restaurants when we were on strike last year. So we are paying it forward by supporting local restaurants that supported us when we went out on strike, and are in return sending food up to the hospitals for the nurses and doctors as a way to keep morale up. That is fantastic. I applaud you. It is a great idea. And I love that that's happening, because right now they're working 24/7. They are around the clock trying to take care of us during this COVID pandemic. And I love that you guys are supporting them when they supported you. What a great story. Thank you for sharing that. That's fantastic. You know, this is the spirit that we need right now. This is what we need people to start thinking about. We need to stop being selfish. These companies, these mortgage companies, these places need to stop being selfish. We need to start thinking of all the people that are being affected by this. It's not just us individually. It is all of us as a whole. And we do need to see people stepping up and exemplifying these types of things. I mean, the spirit we need to see is what this landlord is doing. I mean, he is sacrificing $50,000. Now, my assumption is he either has it or it's not going to bankrupt him, which is great. And he's able to make that sacrifice, which is huge. And I can only imagine, not only is his tenants going to be happy, that relieves some of the stress that they're worrying about, but I have zero doubt in my mind that they will continue to renew their lease and continue to respect their building, take care of their place, and take care of their landlord, because the landlord took care of them. This is a simple, you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of situation. I think it's a great thing, and we need to see more things like that, like what you posted, Bobby, as well. We need more of this in today's world, as Bobby said, and I can't agree more, which is why I wanted to talk about positive stories tonight and get back to that a little bit, because it's been, I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff going on out there, and I'm personally right now even emotionally affected by all that's going on with COVID-19. But I wanted to get some positiveness out there, and thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Appreciate it. I want to get some positiveness out there in regards to some stories and some good stuff that is happening. And there's people in New Jersey and there's people in Pennsylvania, that 15-year-old, and that to me, these are things we definitely need to be talking about. So I just really appreciate those. The Florida students, the 15-year-old girl in Pennsylvania, and now this guy in New Jersey, all doing wonderful things during this pandemic to try to help others, which is key. So I got one more story here for you guys, another good feel-good story. And to me, this is a good one as well, and kind of, again, exemplifies what Carlock Confessions is about. So last story of the night, couple helps struggling Key West residents during coronavirus downturn. So 52 Key West residents down in Florida who live on boats in the city's mooring field and are among the hardest hit by the economic fallout from COVID-19 pandemic won't have to pay their rent in May, thanks to the generosity of a couple who have lived in the area for just under a year. So now you have somebody who's lived in the area for less than a year, likes the area, and has paid the rent for all of May for everybody who lives on houseboats down there. To me, that's insane. Let's see, just as reported, Scott and Sonia Miller, who moved to the area from Alabama, paid more than $18,000 to help everyone living located between Fleming Key and the Navy Sigsbee Park Annex, city's officials told Miami Herald. We're blessed to have the resources to do it, said Scott Miller on Friday. More importantly, we did it to hopefully inspire others to do so. So not only did they do it because they wanted to and they wanted to help, but they're doing it to try to inspire others and show others that this is how we should be living right now. If you have the means, please help. Please help those in need, because I'm telling you, people need help right now. We're blessed to have the resources, he said, to do it. So he's inspiring people and trying to do that. The residents who were helped lived moored, the residents who helped live moored the shore, what the paper identified as on the hook. Real estate prices in the Keys have gone up in recent years, and that cost of living is considered all of that is higher and getting to, in that kind of bet. Back in March, the Millers reached out to the mayor Terry Johnson, looking for a way to help those living in the mooring field by possibly paying any back rent that was owed, the Herald reported. And at the time, though, the rents were up to date, which was really great. So what they originally did was wanted to pay any back rent, and what they ended up finding was everybody was paid up, which was great. So what they decided to do instead was pay for the month of May. Bobby says, wow, wouldn't that be awesome to get to that point in life, to be able to do something of this size to help people like that? 100%. And, I've watched YouTube. I've watched things on Facebook. There's people out there that are content contributors, content creators that make a ton of money through YouTube and doing these things. And I see them give back all the time. They're buying cars for people that need them. All this kind of stuff, paying for groceries and buying stuff that people need, all these kinds of things. If you've ever spent any time on YouTube looking at that kind of stuff, it's out there like crazy. I would love to do something like that through Car Lot Confessions at some point. If we ever got to a point in Car Lot Confessions where monetary monies came in enough to be able to give everything back, which I would absolutely 100% do, I would love to do that. And I would love to have the means someday to be able to do that. So I totally agree. That is a goal of mine someday, is to be able to do something of that grand of a nature, to just change somebody's life or change people's lives. And that's kind of always been my goal. So, Bobby, thanks for putting that down. So Mr. Miller, he rents in the mooring field are $20.32 per day, or $357.58 monthly. He says, I have a job. I have lots of work. I'm a civil engineer, Scott Miller said, but the whole town effectively is shut down. A lot of people need help. Why not share? It's one of the reasons we moved here. That's the beauty of this place, he said. So again, he's finding inner beauty in the place. He loves the people. He loves the town. He has the means. He has a job. He's working, so he's giving back. Miller's wife said the couple had vacationed in the Key West area for the last 15 years, but they are relatively new to living full-time on the island. And so this is why they want to contribute. I mean, they want to do their part. Scott Miller told the newspaper he hardly knows any of the residents living in the mooring field, and that he actually doesn't really even know a soul there, but he wanted to help. And it helps my family more than you can imagine. Resident Brandy Carpenter said, we have 3 kids on our floating home, and she was worried about paying rent. So it helped her, which is, to me, is absolutely fantastic. Bobby says, I got the same goal. That is my dream, to help someone like that too one day, which is great. It's so glad to hear others have that dream too, because I think, it is important. I want to change people's lives. I want to change people's lives for the better. It's partly why I created Car Lot Confessions. I want to bring positivity to people's lives, and someday I'm hoping to have the financial means and ways to be able to change somebody's life as well. I mean, because we all know a lot of the problems in our lives stem from not having financial resources, I guess, in a sense. So to me, I'd love to be able to change somebody's life. I'd love to be able to buy someone a home or a car, or pay off debt, or whatever the case may be. And someday I hope that Car Lot Confessions can become a nonprofit that does something like that. I would 100% full-fledged, full train speed ahead, do everything I could to get to that point someday with Car Lot Confessions if possible. So I agree. And thank you for sharing that, Bobby. That is a fantastic goal to have. I have it, and it's nice to hear others that are wanting to do the same thing. So thank you so much for sharing. I am waiting for the ad to end because I want to give you a big old round of applause. Thank you, sir. All right, so guys, those are the stories for the night. That was in the news. So thanks so much, guys, for sharing in regards to that and those stories. Those were some good, positive stories tonight. So I just wanted to share some positiveness with all the negativity going on right now. That's 4 really good people trying to be the change, make the change, and, change people's lives by, either sending books or posting positive stories and creating websites sending senior citizens coloring books and pencils, to paying rent or foregoing mortgage, rent payments for as landlords, or paying people's rent for them that you don't even know. I mean, these are fantastic things that, absolutely exemplifies what Be the Change is. And I applaud everybody in all these news stories tonight. So with that said, that brings us to our, yes, it does. It brings us to our positive quote for the night. All right, positive quote for the night, guys, for your guys' enlightenment and mine, something that I'll continue to think about for the rest of the week. Hopefully you guys will as well. Here is the quote. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. The reason why I liked this and chose this, and I'll read it one more time. You can't start the next chapter in your life if you keep rereading the last one. The reason why I chose this is because a lot of times we have, and especially during now, reflecting and thinking about the pandemic, we continue to reflect on the negative and the bad. And what we need to do is stop reflecting in the past and start thinking about the future. And that's how we get to the next chapter in this. We need to understand that, yeah, there's been a lot of negative and a lot of bad, and we're moving forward, but we need to continue to move forward. Do the things that we need to do to get to the next chapter and being positive and being the change. So you can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. So that's the positive quote for the night. Hopefully you guys like that one. I liked it when I read it. I thought it was pretty good for the time being, and it's true. We need to start focusing on the future and keeping positive and trying to think positively on how we're going to get there. So hence the positiveness for the night. That's why the title of the show tonight is The Feel Good Show. All right. What else we got here? Bobby, and again, thank you so much, Bobby, for being here tonight. That is so true. We have to constantly think about moving forward, learn from the past, and keep on moving on. 100%. I agree. And I'll give you a horn for that one. Absolutely. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. All right. Positive personal recap for the week, guys. Again, this is the time where I like to share my life with you guys, what I've gone through the last week or so, kind of how I've been feeling and thinking. And, I just like sharing my life with you guys. And hopefully in some way, it'll help you guys with your own lives as well. So let's get right into that. I need to come up with a good old sound effect for this one. All right. Another week of reflection, as I was saying, was a good week, actually. Got to spend some time with family, all while being 6 feet apart, which is actually the best part of it. We were still 6 feet apart, but got to spend some time with family. It was nice. It was nice to see people and interact again, and I know everybody's kind of missing that, and it was nice for us to do that. It kind of refilled the tanks. There's been a bit of a downside this week, though, as I reflected. With Easter as one of those holidays that usually you spend with family. We spent at home with our family, but not with like extended family. And I just accepted it during quarantine because, this all kind of started and we kind of understood that it was going to go that far. But as this continues to get extended and things like that, I can see that it's affecting other things, and it's starting to actually, no offense, it's depressing me a little bit. My daughter's birthday was last Saturday. There'll be no big party. There'll be no family gathering to celebrate. There won't be any grandma and grandpas and aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody there to celebrate with her, and that's a birthday that she kind of misses out on right now. And, my wedding anniversary is actually this Friday to my beautiful wife, and there's no dinner date. There's no time to go out and celebrate. I mean, we can celebrate and we will make the best of it, but everything is different now. Everything is different. Different in some ways is good and okay. In other ways, it's sad. And I'm embracing the difference and the change. But there's a lot of things I missed, though. And this continues to be the case as this pandemic carries on. And I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. I know that it's normal. We once knew we'll never be the same again. And all the things that we once enjoyed may not be the same as we go to try to enjoy them when things clear up. But most things like date nights and gatherings are going to be a thing of the past for a while, and we got to get used to that. And I understand that, but it's things that we miss. So I will continue to look forward and find the good, because that's what we do here on Carl Light Confessions. That's what I do about being the change and trying to find the positive side. But I want you guys to know, and as I reflected, it is affecting me a little bit, as well. And I'm sure it's affecting all of you guys. We're all missing those birthdays or celebrations or anniversaries or holidays and all that kind of stuff. And I know as things get further and progress into the summer, we have 4th of July, we have all these other holidays coming up. I used to take those things for granted. And I want to say, I hope this is the good learning lesson that I know I've learned, is that sometimes it was like, another family gathering, or another this, that. Embrace them, love them, enjoy them. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. And we're all in that same boat. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that as much as I try to tote the positive and be the change, I feel it too. I miss seeing my family. I miss seeing my friends. I miss seeing people and doing interactions and celebrating wonderful things like my daughter's birthday and my wedding anniversary and holidays. And I'm sure everybody else is as well. So I'm human. We're all human. We're all feeling it, right? So that, you guys, is my my positive personal recap for the week. So what's I don't know. That's not a good one. Let's see. I got to find a good one for that. Probably none of those. All right. With that being said, we've done that. We've done the quote. We've done the positive personal recap for the week. I guess now it's time for Top Fan, this is a good time. Sorry, guys. It's starting to rain. Got to roll the window up. All right, here we go. Top Fan of the Week, guys. One of my favorite segments. I love this part where I get to honor one of you guys that have been consistently and, has been contributing to the page and has been supportive and active on the CLC, consistently viewing or sharing positive attitude and doing things that represent being the change. So I love this segment. So this week's, guys, this week's Top Fan of the Week. That's where we're at. Sorry, guys. Top Fan of the Week this week. Hello, Renee. Thanks for being on. Top Fan of the Week this week goes out to my brother-in-law, Skip McCormick, who is actually on tonight. Hopefully he still is. Congratulations, Skip McCormick, for continuing to be the change, sir. I appreciate it and appreciate you. We all can give Skip a big shout-out. Bobby says, yeah, it's hard not spending time with family on these holidays. Easter was difficult, and Mother's Day will be another one. 100%. Mother's Day will be another difficult one, that's for sure. Renee, welcome to the show. David says, I feel you there. Can't wait to be able to socialize again. 100%. Kiara Ray, my wife, chimes in, Mother's Day will not be the same without spending time with the mamas. 100% as well. So we're all feeling it. I'm glad you guys are all feeling it with me, because it's there, and we are seeing it, and it's affecting all of us. And I just want you guys to know that, we're all in the same boat together, and hopefully that helps you guys understand that we're all feeling this. So, all right, back to it. Skip McCormick, Top Fan of the Week. Hello, sir. Congratulations, my brother-in-law, Top Fan of the Week. Way to go, Skip. He's definitely one of the top fans. He is great for always lending a hand and helping out. He exemplifies being the change, would give his shirt off his back to anybody who in need. So let's give a big shout out to Skip. Congratulations, sir, on your Top Fan of the Week. All right. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see what's next. All right. Shout out time. All right, guys. It's time for shout outs again. One of my favorite parts of the show is shout out time. So let's go ahead and do some shout outs. If you guys, of course, as always, have any shout outs that you would like to give, please put them in the chat. I'll let everybody know your shout outs. All right. So first off, as always, guys, we give a big shout out to the first responders and the people that risk their lives for our safety and freedom. Medical workers, delivery drivers, grocery store workers and attendants, gas station attendants, truck drivers, delivering supplies, mail personnel, cooks, gas station attendants, retail workers, everybody who's out there continuing to keep America moving. I shout you guys out, all of the essential workers out there, to all the people staying home and still continuing to follow the rules. Thank you. I shout you guys out as well. Continue to follow that. Let's flatten that curve. Everybody who's still providing meal plans to all university schools and students, all businesses that are making accommodations during this time, like consumers and people that are allowing people to work from home and still continue to keep a job. I shout you guys out. Big old shout out to my wife. We're going to have our 4-year anniversary on Friday. Happy anniversary, my wife. I love you so dearly, and we will enjoy it together at home. to everyone putting others before themselves, people that are being the change. And so I'm going to shout out those Florida State University students, to the 15-year-old and 9-year-old that are sending out supplies to senior citizens, and to the people that are giving leeway on rent and on mortgages and on paying that for others. I mean, that is the stuff that deserves shout outs. Shop fan of the week to Skip. Shout out to you, sir. And then, of course, to all my Jeepos out there, everybody who drives a Jeep, big wave and a hi to you. And, of course, to everybody who shared a video or is continuing to be supportive for Car Lot Confessions. Guys, I super shout all of you out. Thank you, Bobby. Big shout out to Bobby tonight for all of his comments as well. Thank you guys for being here. David, Renee, Kara, Bobby, Skip, Lynn, everybody who's been on. Thank you so much, guys. I greatly appreciate it. We're at 155 followers. That's because of you guys. If you can continue to share and like this page, let people know we're here. Again, we're still doing our contest. So if you guys share this video tonight, you'll get an entry into our contest. And, of course, our poll question last week said you guys will win a T-shirt. So that's the next giveaway. So if you guys would like a T-shirt, make sure to share the video and get into the contest. And, of course, right now it's time for birthdays. So if you guys have any birthdays as well, let me know. We have quite a few birthdays here that we can go ahead and shout out, so let's do it. Janet Alexander, happy birthday to you today. Matthew Acioli, your birthday is on the 29th. Paige Pawson, an old co-worker of mine and a sweet dear, your birthday is on the 30th. Madge Hudson, your birthday is on the 2nd of May. Maria Sicchetti on the 3rd of May. Linda LeMay, good old Aunt LeMay there. Linda, hers is on the 4th. And Danielle Linville is also on the 4th of May. Happy birthday to everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoy your birthdays. Janet, Matthew, Paige, Madge, Maria, Linda, and Danielle. Happy birthday to all of you. I hope you guys enjoy your birthday. Skip says, unfortunately, I'm out of town working, so I have to give a big thanks to my wife, Kayla McCormick, for holding down the fort. Huge shout out to Kayla McCormick holding down the fort. Absolutely. Happy. There's Skip McCormick, guys. He is on. Give him a big congratulations for being top fan of the week. And you are welcome, sir. And congratulations to you and your wife. That's exciting. 70 more to go. Yes, sir, Bobby. 70 more to go. Let's make it 80 just in case. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very, very excited and happy to be married to my wife. Thank you, Bobby. Skip says, we are very appreciative. All right, guys. Let's see. What else do we have here? We did a drawing last week. We'll do a live drawing next week in regards to the poll. So we will be giving a free T-shirt away next week in regards to that. So if you're interested, again, share and you will get an entry into that contest. Just share this video on your page. That's it. That's the show. Let's do a quick recap for you guys. Why I'm doing that. Last comments in the chat for the night. Guys, we did our poll question from last week. 71% of you said you wanted a T-shirt instead of a decal. So we will do that drawing next week for a free T-shirt that will get sent out to anybody who shares a video. We will get an entry. We did our poll question of the night. Want to know how you guys are spending that stimulus money, if you're going to be responsible or not. We did Grinds My Gears, which was a great topic tonight, talk about kids being out in this pandemic. We did In the News, which was 4 really good, inspirational, be the change stories that I found this week, which I really enjoyed. Bobby says, great show tonight. Thank you. No, thank you, sir, for being here and spending some time with me. I greatly appreciate it. The stories for In the News were great. The Florida State University students, the Pennsylvania high school 15-year-old, the New Jersey landlord who paid or is waiving rent for 3 months, and the Key West residents who just moved in and paid a month's rent for everybody that's down there on their houseboats. We did the personal positive recap about how we're all kind of feeling the effects of the pandemic and still kind of hoping we had some interactions, and we're looking forward to that when this is all over. Positive quote for the night: you can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Great one. Skip McCormick, top fan of the week. Congratulations to him. We did our shout-outs. We did birthdays. Janet, Matthew, Paige, Madge, Maria, Linda, and Danielle. Happy birthday to all you, ladies and gentlemen. 155 followers. We're going to do that decal or that T-shirt drawing next week. Guys, remember, donating blood is one of the best ways you can still be the change. So if you can donate blood, please do so. And that's it. That's the show. That's everything, guys. It's been another great week, another great episode of Carlock Confessions. Thank you so much, everybody. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you, Skip McCormick, for being here tonight. Congratulations on your top fan of the week. Bobby, thank you for all your contributions this week on the show. Big shout out to you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here tonight and spending your time with me and your thoughts and sharing everything. And to everybody else, my wife, everybody else that was on, Renee, David, Kara, Ray. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Great show. That's it. Everybody have a great night. Be safe out there. Continue to follow the regulations and rules of where you're at. Stay safe. Stay positive, guys. And remember, be the change. We'll see you next week on Tuesday, guys. Have a great night. Thanks so much.